Hey again. What we did in the previous video, we enable any user to go here and enter any information, select gender and select, write whatever he would like and click submit and switch show edit and it will appear here. Now what we want to do, you need to create a new form that when show all these data in the form page. So to show this data, you know what you need TreeView to show all these data. So how we get started? To get started, I will create a new file. I will name it list ticket list reservation. Okay. Then I click OK. Okay, yes. So I'm just listing reservation. To work here, I would really prefer to first of all because you need to work with a database. I need to import all these. I think not all, but most of these. I need to tk enter, but messaging I don't need messaging for now. If you want to use it. I need connect the database because I need to list the users. For her root create instance, I need both of them. Let me just use them. And also here we need just to be more professional when we do our work, because you need to do our work in a class, so you could call it from other place. So you name it list tickets, this class, and this class for sure have definition in it, method for initialize, and this initialize have this one. So I have these two, I think. I will show you. So when someone call it, he will directly, when someone call this method, he will do self dot underscore create database connection, and when someone call it this one, he create root for us. So when it be called from other page, he already know everything about what you need. So now I have this. So think about what you need more. You need for sure you need a tree view. So let me suppose I have a tree view. I will add a ttk dot. I need to create an instance from a tree view. It should be located in the root. Okay. So in the root, which is this one, is not root, should be self root, because now we start just creating everything. Now tv.bake, I don't need to do too much details because I needed to fill the screen now, this bake. Now, what do you think? If I go here to the database connection class, you see there is method named list. This method return do rows and he move all the element through all the element. If I just make it here, return for us the cursor, and I make my application move through this culture. So instead having this for loop here, I move it back to this class. Okay. So then I say, hey, I have a cursor, and this cursor should be inside the database connection. I have it here, so it should be self underscore db dot underscore db connect dot list admins. You could change it, whatever, and here I could do for loop. There's not too much changing, but instead of moving through cursors inside that place, so this is list admin, you could change it to list tickets. He will give us list of the tickets, select start from tickets, he will return all the tickets for us. After he return it, I get it here, I get these tickets and the cursor, and I move through them. So instead I doing move through them here in this way, I will add them inside my tree view. So you know how to add a tree view. So think about the first thing, what you need, tree view dot insert. You define which column you want to insert in. If I don't identify any column or any parent, I say, hey, this doesn't have any parent. So which index you want to add it, whatever, any index. Let me start every time adding in the end. Then he asks us what the ID. It is better to do this way. I would say hash, then dot format. Why? Because I need to use this same ID as a indexing for me. So he give us hash 0, hash 1, hash 2, hash 3 as a key access. Then the value, the text, the text I want to show. I need to show whatever you have there, whatever you have in the row I want to show it here. So this is basically how we're able to insert first row. No, this is just single row, but you know, to work with the tree view, we have 4 columns: ID, name, gender, comment. So let me just here, we do a setting for that, for all this information. So TV dot column, hopefully, which column? The first column, which hash 0, you know it, hash 0. You could give it, for example, a title, whatever you need to give it, or heading. Okay, wait. I say dot heading. I need to give heading for hash 0, which is first column. Give it heading. Let's suppose I want to give it text equal ID. So they would see text on the top, ID. Okay, then I need to add more columns. So I say, hey, TV dots. You know, to add columns, you say configure. Then you say okay, column. Then you open a bracket, you add your columns. Because I have more than one columns, I say, hey, first one, second one, third one. The first one should be name, second one gender, third one columns, in addition to IDs that I have already. So this is all the columns that he defined. I don't need to define anything for the width or whatever in these columns. I could just define the heading for them. So because they are just IDs now, so for every one of them I will define heading. So for sure I don't do any too much thing. For name, I will give it ID text name. For gender, I will give it text gender. For the comment, I will give it text comment, both of them. So just same naming, so I will not go just define 4 columns. So did you see how I added columns? Name, gender, age. I already have the first one already created by default, which has ID hash 0. I give it text ID. Then I create 3 ones and I give it text full name. You could give it name, you could give it text full name, so people could see it. This is the ID, this is the text. So yes, for heading, now I have these. Now I need to add the value for every one. So I have a tree view dot set. What I need to set? I need to set in front of this field, which is whatever he defined. If it's has 0, has 1, has 2, whatever, I need to define in the column name, for example, this column, I will add the value on the row for name. Same thing I do for others. Did you get it? I will show it for you in details. So I say, hey, go to the row number 0, ID, whatever he have it here. If he have it 0, should be hash 0. If 2, hash 2. If 3, hash 3. So go to hash 3 to column name and add this one inside it, whatever value you have it. Same thing for gender. Go to hash 3, go to column gender, which is this gender, and add the gender value on it. Same thing for comment. Go to column name ID, go to column gender and front it, add this value on it. And he will continue adding everything without any problems. Let me just highlight this one, maybe I need it, I have deleted. So he will add all the data for us and should be everything cool without any problem. This is just an initialize whenever anyone create an instance from this class. So now what you need to know, you have to go here, you say, hey, from the class which is list reservation, import the class name, which is list ticket, which is this class. Just to create an instance from this class, you will be able to create for us. But you know, I have to have main loop there also. But let me just I create an instance from it. So you would see two form. Make sure, because there I have, if you go here for list tickets, we just create DB connect, create a route, we add this one to the route, we pack it, we define everything, but we need to show it now. So I need say, hey, I have self dot route dot main loop. You know that you need to show it. So now if I just go here, now I don't have any button. Hopefully now when I run it I see two forum, not one. See why he show us one forum. Hey, see, this is my forum. This is the new forum, name, ID, Jenna, and everything, but I didn't add button for it, so because he do them directory, so it's better to do it in the button. So what I will do, I will go back here. I have button here already, submit. I define new button, same thing. I name it BU list. Okay, I name it list for the reservation. Reservation. I will add the column number 4, row number 2 before it. Should be BU list. Yes. And when someone click on this one, BU list.config, you could do the same thing. I would say, hey, this one command. I could copy the same, this one command button list. Okay, that's mean this button list have to be defined here. Diff button list doesn't take any parameter, so should list these. So just listing, and that is. Now hopefully this button created here BU list, we added here, then when someone click on the button, we list anything, click BU list. So hopefully now it work. I have one activity now for tickets. If I click list, he show me list of the tickets I have it. See all the information. She is cool. If I just add a new one, so female, nice place. Oh, nice place to go. Then she clicks save it. They told her click on save it. If she clicks the list, here is Suso and his information for her. So yes, this is basically how you play with it. There is now two parts missing for you: the list, the delete, and update. So you have to work on it. This is your homework. But maybe you had some problem here in the listing element. But so let me just show you what we did here. What we did here, first of all, we create ID. That's already created. We change the text to ID. We created 3 columns: name, gender, comment, which is name, gender, comment. This is the ID. So now we set for the column name this title, full name, C full name. Then gender, we keep it gender. Then comment, we keep it comment. Now we access the database and we bring over records. Now we want to add data here. What we will do, we say, hey, insert. He doesn't have any parent in the end, so a new record will be added in the end. We give it ID, specific ID, hash the ID. So if it's 1, should be the ID for it, #1. If 2, #2, #3. Then I give it text, whatever he have it. Then he continue. Why we did this thing? So you'll be able access to it here. So how I could set data here? I have to know what I have here. So I have to say, hey, the value of that here, which is whatever, #1. If it is #1, go and front it in the column full name and add Jenna. Then if it's 4, if it's #4, go in front and add Rana. Same thing. Go if it is, for example, this one, this value, female, this one. How he set it? He first of all, he go to this one, #4. He look for #4. Then he look for column gender and he add value here. Then he continue all of these. So here we done. Hopefully you understand everything. Thank you for watching.